Hey guys, it's Raquel, and today we are doing a quick Q&A on Insomnia, the video that I believe many of you found me through that video. Have gotten a lot of repetitive questions around the subject, and I thought that for today I would just quickly address them. And the number one question that I get the most is, are you vegan? And I find this interesting because on a level I can see how I could have come across on that video that I was telling people to basically go vegan. Yeah, it was not my intention to tell you guys to go vegan. I would never dream of pushing a diet on somebody because everybody's so individual. Believe me, I know this. The message that I was trying to deliver is that if you find that animal products have a big effect on your anxiety and panic levels, then by all means make a choice to reduce them, if that applies to you. I am not vegan at this point, to answer your question more directly. I am transitioning into a forced vegan diet. I'm not really into labels. I don't think I would ever want to call myself vegan, because I'm from a third world country and I know better than to limit myself to a particular food group. When where I came from, we didn't really have that kind of luxury. If the day ever comes where I have to grab a chicken, twist the neck and pluck the feathers, it would be horrible. I would be sad to do it. I would probably focus on feeling gratitude for the animal sacrifice, but I wouldn't not do it if it means the difference between surviving and not surviving. I definitely do not like factory farming, though. I think it's a horrible thing. It's like an apocalypse happening behind the scenes. I'm mildly allergic to dairy products, and as of this point I cannot eat any kind of meats. By now it makes me really sick, so I have to definitely stay away from those. I just contradicted myself. I said that I would eat meat, but I can't eat meat. But to be fair, I don't know that I cannot eat really healthy meat, like game, if my survival depends on it. Okay. The next question is, how long did it take you to cure your insomnia while you were taking time off? This is really hard to answer. My sleep improved a lot within the first 2 months that I started focusing on learning how to love myself and everything. I feel like my sleep continued to improve over the next few months. So I feel like there was a big improvement over the first couple of months, maybe 3 months. And then after that, it continued to improve. I also had a lot of pain, so it would wake me up every half hour. So for me, there was no magical line where my insomnia stopped and then it was just rainbows and unicorns. It was a long-term process, definitely. And to be fair, I had it for so many years. I wasn't in a rush. I wasn't even actually trying to heal my insomnia. I was trying to connect with myself and to align with that. And I think that's one of the most important things to keep in mind. Okay, I can't get the camera to stay focused, so I guess the lighting is just gonna suck for this video. Just FYI. The third question is this all you did? And the answer is no. I did a lot of little things in conjunction with the whole self-love, self-compassion thing. So I was at a place where I had started to realize how my symptoms had something to tell me, and they were not my enemies, they were my friends. And I had a lot of resistance towards that concept. I had spent so long hating my symptoms, hating how my body was reacting, how much pain my body was in. I was just so burnt out. And I was doing my best, my very, very best, to listen to my true self, whatever it took. So I did during those nights and days where I was in that kind of recovery phase. I was doing a lot of journaling, a lot of automatic writing. I was learning how to like do deep meditations. I was doing a lot of walking meditations because my injury required me to walk a lot, like a lot, like a lot. And that's how I found my contradiction. So at this point, it was all energetic stuff. I was not taking any pills anymore. I was off any kind of doctor prescription for insomnia. I just became so used to it that I wasn't thinking about it, to be honest. I know it sounds really sad, but like if you've had insomnia long enough, then you know how normal it is. Like you're done with the pills at some point. Depending on how severe your insomnia is, of course, because some people have it really, really bad. I think I had it like medium bad, but not like bad. Okay, so the fourth question, and this would be our last question for today, is what did the doctors and professionals say or do? My neurologist was very, very helpful. He prescribed a pill that addressed not just the migraines, but also the insomnia. I was able to get some fake sleep. And the reason I make a difference is because when I was taking pills that helped me sleep, including whatever pills I was taking before this doctor to help me go to sleep and pair with the alcohol and everything, I always felt like I would go to sleep, but I wouldn't get like that deep, like REM sleep. I would wake up the next morning and I just wasn't rested, or I would have like a huge hangover from the pill. And so that was actually the one that the neurologist put me on. It would be really hard to wake up. So it was like another extreme. Either you cannot sleep for more than like 3 hours without the pill, and then you cannot wake up on the pill. So that pill really helped me graduate from college. He also referred me to an acupuncturist and to the Mayo Clinic to get some studies done. So I was pretty happy with him. I was going to counseling as well. My counselors were not trauma trained. They were just people, like regular counseling that you just talk to someone and just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And it's just never enough. There's a point, there's a time and a place for just talking and just expression. I fully believe in that. If I could right now swing having a counselor every single week, I would, because it's so helpful to have someone to just dump all your shit on them every week. I feel like it's very helpful, but if it wasn't helpful when I needed a cure for a symptom. So it's almost like more of a preventative thing in my perspective as of this point in time. Yeah, they weren't trauma trained, so they couldn't really help me. Trauma integration was another thing that I did. So this is another answer to the third question. I was learning about how to integrate trauma because insomnia is actually one of the major red flags of trauma, and we have this concept that trauma has to mean something wild and dramatic, but it doesn't. If you grew up in this civilized society, you have trauma. If you were just born, you have like birth trauma. And you don't even know it because it's entirely subconscious. There's another thing that I wanted to mention before we go. I want you to keep in mind when you watch that video that I was trying to give you an energetic foundation on how to tackle your insomnia. The physical manifestation of how that happens for you is going to be different from myself. So I hope these questions helped you a little bit, these answers. If you have any more questions, please let me know, and I'll do another one of these in the future, and I will see you next week. Bye.